Alright, time for Vanna to go in her little cubby. Now the monster.
It's a big day, guys. We gotta get you legal. Gotta get you some paperwork.
Look at this big lug. I do not want to go in there.
Good boy. Good morning. Today is step one on getting the cats ready to take a big flight to what will be their 55th country. Requires going to a private vet for a health certificate, where we also will go ahead and get their yearly vaccines. And then we will head to the agriculture office, which is called the state vet here, to get their export papers. The first thing we gotta do is go on a car ride. It's okay, guys, hang in there, it's okay.
Turn left onto Hillary Road.
We made it to the vet.
Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
How are you? I'm Nina. Lovely to meet you. Please come through.
Fly them back home.
Okay.
Then they get to be stay-at-home puppies.
Okay. So then is your travels over from there for the time being?
For the time being, we won't travel in a van anymore.
Okay.
We will still travel, but it'll be maybe like a month a year. We go to a country and explore.
Yeah.
What is your name?
Nina.
Nina, okay,
Yes.
cool. Awesome.
Yes.
So nice to meet you,
So
Nina.
nice to meet you guys. We've been very excited.
You want to come first?
They can both come out.
Okay.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
See what happens. You ready, buddy?
So we got G-Money and Viner, huh?
Yes.
Who's who?
That's
There's
your
G-Money.
money. One
See
of
the
the spots
look
looks
right
like
there,
a
you see the
G.
G right on his back.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Viner.
Come on, Sunken.
We'll give it a little bit of time. G-Money's the more adventurous one, eh?
Yeah.
He's like, how do I
Well,
get
it
out of here?
depends. She's shy,
Okay.
so. Come on, come on, pretty girl. What you doing?
Scary place, I know. Yeah.
4.52.
He's getting older and he's getting a little thinner.
Okay.
How much was he before?
I'd have to turn it to pounds.
It's a 2.2 pounds per kilogram.
Yeah.
So
These vets are really nice, aren't they, buddy?
What's that, Bubba?
It feels good, look at it.
Yeah, what do you do?
I'm actually just feeling for his thyroid.
Yeah.
He's feeling pretty neat, sound it was pretty normal. The blood test is far more conclusive. Would you say his coat has deteriorated at all, or is it still?
Not really.
No, he's a
No.
pretty boy. Look at his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got good hair. His eyes have been good.
Yeah.
Really, he just feels a little bit bonier.
Yeah.
He hasn't been
Like he's
activated.
lost some of his muscle mass.
Come on. Let's do the good scoop.
Probably not.
Let's do the good scoop. Come on. You
Since
know.
once you take him out, you
And she looks like a princess, but she can be feisty.
Then I'll put him onto the scale.
You ready? Let's see how fast you got. You're a chunky monkey lately.
She's about 7, isn't she?
7 this year.
3.58.
You good?
Yep.
How about that? Oh, that smells like lots of critters, doesn't it? It's okay, baby. I know. We got a big adventure this weekend.
They've been on this journey with us. They're definitely always a top consideration.
They're both American born and bred.
Yeah.
So her teeth aren't nearly as bad, but also could really benefit from a cleaning. Unlikely that any teeth would need to be removed, but a cleaning would definitely go a long way with her.
We'll do cleanings at home.
She is beautiful.
She knows it too.
And the they said humans are quite, he's like dog-like, very like chrome bodies, no people.
She's a bitch. So I can't think of a better word. She likes us, and she likes her brother. So most of the time. But we have a screen door, so if anything comes up to that door, she goes into protect mode.
Sure.
See? Yeah. It has been a whirlwind of a morning. Taking the cats to the vets, which went well. Of all the vets we've been to around the world, these guys were my absolute favorite. They were just good. They were friendly and kind, and it was a nice vet experience, right, Curt?
Yeah, they greeted us immediately, and they were very thorough with the cats.
Yeah, it was good.
But
we got some not so good news about G-Money. He's got some kidney problems. We're diving more into it. Once we get to our next country, we'll get it lined up with another vet and do some more tests. But it wasn't great news. But there's nothing we can do about it here other than love on him, give him the little bit of medicine they gave us, and feed him some special diet food, which luckily he liked because he is a finicky eater. So for right now, we're trying to stay positive about that. But he does have kidney problems, guys. So he's 15 years old, and that's a common thing when cats are reaching the end of their life. But that little boy has had one heck of a journey.
man, he's my buddy.
Yeah, and we are...
It's tough news.
It was tough news, but we're going to stay positive because we're going to do everything the vet said and see what we can figure out. We will report back on that. But we managed to go to the state vet and get the paperwork. That was a little bit of a red tape and some going from building to building. And the hard part is always figuring out how to pay them because they like you to do bank transfers, and with having an international bank, that's hard. So that took longer than expected, but it is done. We have the proper paperwork to take the kitties on an airplane and leave South Africa. But now we are headed, we're in the van. Now we've been driving our rental car for our errands all morning. Right now we're in the van. It is packed up and ready to go, which you guys know, but it is going to get a bath. Hopefully this car wash is open and can figure out how to fit us in, because the van has to get cleaned before we take it to the port in the morning. The van goes to the port, it gets turned over to the shipping agent in the morning. It's crazy, guys. But let's go wash this big old van.
Republic of Congo. This is the DRC, so that's the Republic of Congo. Congo, yeah. This is, what is this? This is South Africa, right? Or no,
No,
this
that
is
is South Africa.
That's Namibia, yeah, South Africa.
Namibia, so that would be Angola.
Oh.
That would be the DRC. That would
Yep.
be the Republic of Congo.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's Cameroon. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Are you a worker too, or are you just hanging out?
I'm working. I'm hanging out. And
Yeah.
I saw you guys are from the States. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Thanks. Is this your last leg of the trip and you flying back?
This is the last leg. This is it.
This is kind of symbolic. We've had a lot of symbolic stuff over the past week. But we have fallen in love with the South African dessert called malva pudding. I even sent the recipes home to family members so they could start learning how to make it. The best one we've ever had was with Ula when we were staying with our friends in, what's the name of that town? Hermanus. And we had yet to find one that would even compare. We've had some good ones, but none that would compare to hers because it was so good. But this will be our last malva pudding here in South Africa, and it's a for sure tie with Ula. I won't give it the win because there's something about homemade
Well,
and company. But this one's good.
So let me tell you something. Ula's Malva pudding was made from scratch, but I believe her custard sauce was store-bought, and it was a good custard sauce.
good.
And custard sauce is part of the Malva pudding experience. So her cake, the bread part of it was above and beyond the best we've had, not even anything close. But this custard sauce here is a homemade custard sauce, and you kind of got the richness and the egginess in it, and it is a legit custard that blends so nicely with the Malva pudding. If you guys come to South Africa, this is something you must have. You're gonna be a famous YouTube star. You're gonna be famosa. Famous. Very famous. It's not too dirty, is it?
Our coffee was a nice little break while they were washing the van. It was such a happy bunch of people up there at the restaurant and at the car wash, and even locals coming up to be friendly. But the van is clean. We are back at our Airbnb. It has been long, long day of errand running. And I, for one, am happy to be home. It's time to go in and spend a little cuddle time with the kitties because they had all their vaccines this morning. Means they get extra love today. I don't know how we give them that because they get all the love every day. But that's what we're about to do. We will see y'all in the morning where we drive this thing about an hour and a half south to the Durban port and hand it over. I see Vanna under the kitchen table. I see G over there on the couch. You guys doing okay? You doing okay? Yeah, hey buddy. How are you? Hi Pumpkin.
Good morning. Well, today is officially the last day of van life, at least what we're coining the last day. You look right there, the van is waiting to go out. And yesterday, guys, I gotta be honest, was kind of a tough day for us. To top everything off, the power went out yesterday afternoon. We had a storm, and these gates are electronic gates. And so there's a way I can open this one and automatically get it out, but that one right there, we're waiting on the landlord to come in here and unlock the gate, so we're ready to go. You can see here all the rubbish that we've thrown away. We've also filled that trash bin up, but yeah, we're on the way to go drop it off. We have the rental car, and I will follow Snow down there, and yeah, it's just kind of a crazy day.
Let's go to Durban!
Whoa! Go straight for a while because you got...
So much more to come. There's something I can feel standing here before the daylight. When we know we caught lightning in a bottle, no telling what will follow. With you and me, that's alright. There's something different in the air, no matter where we go from here. Now our time has come. Let's just run. We've only just begun, so let's just run. Our time has finally come, so let's just run. Breathe it in, I'll keep it in my chest, where I know I won't forget the beauty that we're holding here and now, taking in the wonder that's all around, ready for a moment to chase it down. We're setting sail, this fairy tale unfolding. Yeah, we know it now, our time has finally come. So let's just run. We've only just begun, so let's just run. Our time has finally come, so let's just run.
I'm sorry your ankle's so bad.
One step closer.
I'll have the booking. The value is here. No, and the copy of the carnet. I got that here. Right. And
That's the key that we're going to dispose of after the ship. Yeah, but just in case. But you can lock it up.
What's that?
Spare. He asked if we had a spare wheel. And then he laughed when I pointed at it. Yeah, we put a water tank where the spare wheel was.
Dispose of.
Yes, yeah. Because we have one, so. And we're sure both keys open both locks, right, Kurt?
Well, I just used them.
Okay, all right.
Which is?
Don't ride it backwards.
Straightforward. Put it in, turn the key, it's automatic, easy peasy.
Oh, that door's not closed, Curdy. I'll get it.
I'm gonna make sure they're all connected.
Okay.
Guys, you're not going to believe this. We are at the hotel in Johannesburg, and in about an hour, we go get on a plane. Now,
We need to back up a few
we
days.
got to back up and catch up with some things. And the first thing I want to say is I think we were pretty traumatized by the news we got about G Money
Yeah.
when we left you last time. Now, we have some great friends that we met along the journey.
The Mobies.
The Mobies. You guys know them, Kim and Susie. We've met them a few places, heavy and slow. But
She's a vet
Susie was a great vet.
with a big practice back in Germany. And
So long story short, let me cut to the chase. G Money was diagnosed with kidney disease. And the doctors, the vet here did not know, told us he didn't think he would make it back to the US. So we were pretty shook up.
yeah.
We talked to Susie, we sent her the blood results, we gave her everything the doctor
Thank
said.
you, Susie. Thank you.
You're the bestest you're the bestest. And turns out the vet did a great job of putting G Money on the right food and the right medication to help
Prolong
his life
Prolong his
and
life.
make him more comfortable.
Yeah.
This is also what we understand is probably why G has been a little fussy lately, is because he's uncomfortable. So he's been on meds for a few days, and we are noticing that he's feeling a little better. Now, one of the things Susie said was the blood work wasn't complete, and so we need to know if maybe he has a thyroid issue,
Yeah. Some phosphate stuff.
some phosphate stuff.
So at our next destination, which is not the United States, stay tuned, just a couple more minutes, guys. We will be doing a few vet appointments with G to get the test that Susie says we need to get a full diagnosis. We feel a little bit better about where we are with G.
So we were just like sort of between elated, stressed, and exhausted from packing the van. But we did get it dropped off at the shipping company.
We have not talked to you guys in literally like 3 days. We did manage to shoot a little video, so you're going to be seeing that now. But we drove the van. I drove the van. Curt drove the rental car about an hour and a half down from our little Airbnb to Durban, where we took it to, not the port, but to a certified customs warehouse type place, a place that is bonded and can deal directly with customs. And we have left the van with them.
They're basically like professional freight forwarders.
Yeah.
So they
were very kind and cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. They did a walk around. We gave them the keys. We told them where the locks are and all that. And the van is now in their hands. We have a shipping date that we are working on. It is not 100% confirmed. We still need to pay it and get the official booking, but we're working on that. And that means, I think, maybe in like 3 weeks, if we get on that ship in 3 weeks, that warehouse will take the van to customs and get it put on the boat for us. And that's that.
So the van's
gone. We haven't had the van in a few days.
The van's gone. Now, something Snow did not kind of mention and all that, really because she didn't know so much, I guess she's got secondhand experience, was that the rental car is a right-hand drive. And so, we've been driving on the wrong side of the road for a long time, the left side of the road, but we've been in also the U.S. left side driving. Well, this moved the steering wheel over to the right.
Curt has to drive on the wrong side of the car, on the wrong side of the road. And don't take the word wrong offensive, guys. It's the wrong side to us, so it feels really weird. And the funniest part is, for us, when we're driving at home, you use this hand to hit your blinker.
Yeah.
Not in these cars. This hand is your blinker, so Curt keeps turning on the windshield wipers instead of the blinkers. It's been a little bit of an ongoing joke, but he's getting better at it.
It's been a chaotic week, guys. Another thing we forgot to tell you is we had to get the van washed. And our Airbnb host, who really kind of stepped in
Laura,
and helped us out on a lot of stuff, really cool, and the place worked out really nicely for us. But we had to go get the car washed, the van washed.
And they were so friendly there, weren't they?
It was
a little restaurant next door with a super nice waitress, super nice people.
It was.
Yeah.
It was a hand wash place. And we pulled up and they just kind of all looked at the van and were like, it's so big. Yeah. So anyway, we negotiated a deal, and really it wasn't expensive, guys. I think it was like 200 rand. So maybe like $12.
They did a great job.
They hand washed it. And I was watching them, and they had a little crew, and all they had is like a little garden hose and a pressure washer in the parking lot. But they had a crew that came in, wiped the van down, pressure sprayed it down. Then the next crew came in and wiped all the door jambs and all that, the inside.
They cleaned the tires.
And then they came back and towel dried it and any of the spots. And I mean, this was a good car wash. And it was neat to watch them all over it. Now, meanwhile, Snow stuck off to the coffee shop.
No. Go ahead. We don't have to be back yet. You were going to say what?
No, I was just going to say, and so in addition to all the chaos, it turns out that either for me standing up on the ladder from a long time to get all the stuff down, scrub the upper side of the van under the attic, and I also had a padlock that was jammed that I had to get unstuck for customs, and it was
You were on that ladder for hours.
A couple hours. Anyway.
And you remember tweaking your ankle on something.
Something, I tweaked my ankle. Anyway, in hindsight, I'm thinking back to when I heard it, but it swelled up and it has been pain. It's been brutally painful. And the good news is Snow is the packer.
Yeah. So the van was done. All that was left was packing everything inside. That is my responsibility. Sometimes I go overboard. I have packed and unpacked these suitcases multiple times, trying to get everything to fit. Because, guys, anything of real value or anything that we're going to need for the next many, many, many weeks, we have to carry with us on this next journey. But I finally did it. I got it, I thought. And then we got here to the hotel, and I have to pack it at least one more time. But it's going to be right before we head to the airport. I want to back up and tell you one thing about Curt's ankle. Curt is pretty much tough as nails. I've seen him put nails through his fingers with a air hammer gun and just keep working. And this really has had him down. So he has done something to his ankle, and it's making it where he can't walk. So we're having to have a wheelchair through the airport, or at least we hope. I think I have that scheduled right. And we'll see how funny this looks with me trying to pull all these suitcases and 2 cats, and it'll be a circus act, but we're going to get it. And with that, I guess we tell them where we're going.
It has been tough down the stretch, guys. And just know everything we have is either in the van or it's in our suitcases that we're taking to.
Well, first, I want to tell you why we're doing this. We cannot fly from South Africa to the United States, even on a direct flight, and carry these 2 cats. It is a 22-hour flight. Even if there is an airline that would allow it, we're not going to do it. So we had to figure out a way that made sense, worked into our schedule, worked into our budget, and made it to cut the flights in half. So step 1 of that journey is to fly to the Northern Hemisphere, and you can tell them where we're going.
Well,
go ahead.
Drum roll, please. Another reason why we are going to another destination is we both need some medical work. I need some dental work done. I also want to go see a dermatologist. You guys know about Snow's heart condition. And so there's some stuff that we want to do. And just to cut to the chase and be completely frank with you, it is a fraction of the price to do it here or in several other countries than it is in the United States.
Hey, buddy.
So for example, I need to have dental surgery, which is going to cost about $1,200. That same surgery would be $8,000 in the US. And so since we needed a spot to give the kitties a break, we also said, hey, we need some medical work done. Where can we go give the kitties a break and get our medical work done? And now
a medical tourism destination internationally long is we are headed to Istanbul, Turkey.
Istanbul.
The van will be on a ship on the way home. Us 4 will be in an Airbnb in one of the coolest cities on the planet, taking you, showing it to you, tasting their food, seeing some of their custom, checking out their historical cool buildings. We're even going to take you to see what the medical tourism stuff is like there. So I know you've been waiting a long time, guys. It took us a long time to figure it out. We will stay there for several weeks, likely more than a month, to get all of our stuff done. And then we're going to make you wait a little bit longer to see where we go after that.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, another reason we chose this destination was because they have super pet-friendly flights where we can fly the cats in cabin with us. Now, it's about a 9-hour flight, so it's a long flight, but it's halfway.
Yeah.
And I mean, we just did not want to fly with the cats down in the cargo area again after
they're going to be in the plane with us. And we have used points to upgrade our seats. So us and the kitties will be a little bit more comfortable. Mainly G-Money. He's going to stress out on this flight and he already doesn't feel good. So we upgraded to business class. So you can ride with us now to the airport. We're going to turn in our rental car, get checked in with the pets, which is always an ordeal. We had to get a lot of paperwork to get them able to fly. And we'll go get on an airplane to head to Istanbul.
Yeah, and I got a bum wheel to boot. In typical Snow and Curt fashion.
We're limping it in.
We're limping it in. Wheels about to fall off. Packed up. Stuff falling over the place. Just trying to hold it together long enough to get to the next spot. Anyway.
Thank you for being patient with us over these past several videos.
We appreciate having you guys along with us.
Love you guys. You are our YouTube family.
We'll see you on the next one. Cheers, guys.
If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you guys know when we put out new videos. And don't forget, you can always follow us over on Instagram to see what's going on in between videos. Cheers, guys!